in the fourth quarter of the other night, it was Costner. Is this heaven? It's Iowa. Is this heaven? It's the wild card round. And I don't care. It actually felt like a Super Bowl, real feelings, real emotions. And that's just the game, Rich, before you even get into the aftermath with Ben Johnson doing his thing. It's a really crazy fun time to have any connection to the Bears.
Well, again, you doing what you do for a living means you have talked about Patrick Mahomes more than most and over the years. And having a fandom for a team that is in constant search for the quarterback and for the difference-making quarterback. And I'm wondering, what does it feel like to see a guy in a Chicago Bears uniform make a throw like the one that Williams made on 4th and 8, that if Mahomes did it, the NFL media would have demanded a national holiday happen on the spot? That Caleb Williams is doing it 100% for the Bears in a playoff game when they have to have it against the Green Bay Packers in front of the whole country to see. It's got to be out of body for you. It
is out of body. And the Mahomes comparison is apt because I remember a huge part of the Mahomes ascension and legend was him hitting Tyreek Hill on a 4th and improbable in a must-win game. And when he hit that pass to Hill, you're like, he's unbeatable. He's supposed to lose. And that was the game against the Packers. And that's the Caleb lore now, is that there were 6 or 7 moments in that game where you say, well, this one's over. Just change the channel. This was the most famous one, the 4th down. But there's 50 other ones that they just kind of fought through. And it's surreal. It's strange. I think there's Bears fans, and you would understand this, Rich, with your Jets roots, is that there's just so much scar tissue. They can't get over it. Even in the 4th quarter, when they're starting to come back, they still gravitate towards the negative, and something's going to go wrong and something's going to happen. And it's just, it really feels like it's some work of magic that it isn't supposed. DJ Moore in the same spot, in the same end zone, the last time he beat the Packers, is making the same catch. And it's just so much scar tissue that's being ripped open, but it's a wonderful, wonderful pain, and it's really special.
Kyle Brandt, Good Morning Football, NFL Network, Roku channel right here on the Rich Eisen Show. All right, brother. You give me the 2 cents on Ben Johnson and how he's handling his business pregame, postgame, during game, handshakes. What do you got? What do you think?
Ben Johnson, who took over a team that lost 10 games last year, that fired their coach because he ran out of timeouts. They ran out of time in a game when he had timeouts. Ben Johnson, who's beaten the Packers twice now. This has transcended sports, Rich. This has become societal. This has become class. The topic of class. We're gonna litigate class. You know who was really, really classy guy, and I'm not being snarky. He was really a classy guy. Was Matty Eberflus. All class. All dignified. His teams were terrible. His defense was terrible. The offense was terrible. It was like the coach was class, the team was ass. And so if you want a classy coach, go ahead. There's many guys you could hire. But if you're also a Bears fan who was, like so many of them, married to the past and gravitating to the 80s, do you remember Mike Ditka? Mike Ditka would scream at reporters. He would throw the middle finger on the field. He once beat his mentor, Tom Landry, 44-0. Like, Mike Ditka was not like some sort of librarian. He's kind of back. And I really, really like the rivalry. I like the hatred. I also liked it for the Packers when their franchise quarterback stared at ticket-holding Bears fans and said, I've bleeping owned you my entire life. I loved that. And I love that Ben Johnson is doing the handshake, that he's saying bleep the Packers, because it's working. And he can do whatever the hell he wants.
He may be, not your cup of tea, but if he's on your side, you're damn straight. You're sipping all the tea and you're drinking all the Kool-Aid you possibly can. Certainly, he's basically talking to you. He's talking to you. He's talking to Chicagoland. He's talking to Bears around the world. When he's saying that, even if he does come across like a lunatic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think he cares. I don't think you care. And I think the Bears are hosting the Rams one step away from potentially, if the Niners pull something off, hosting them for an NFC Championship game, if not maybe going to Seattle and going to the Super Bowl. It's real and it's spectacular,
It's all there, and you nailed it. And they are real and they are spectacular. And the fact that he is doing this to the players. Remember, when DJ Moore caught the game-winning touchdown in overtime against the Packers, he said in the post-game interview, F the Packers. Like, that's coming from his coach. And, like, we always culture change. That phrase is thrown around. No one even knows what it means. I think people think it means, stenciling grit on the weight room wall. Like, that's nonsense culture change. Ben Johnson said, I'm going to come in for an owner, George McCaskey, who's, let's be honest, kind of Flanders adjacent. Like, he doesn't like to learn dirty words. He doesn't like that kind of stuff. And he came in here and said, here's our culture. Leap the Packers. Stencil that on a wall. I'm going to beat those guys. And it's working, and he's done it.
Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur's de facto brother, and Mike LaFleur, his actual brother, are coming to town with former Packer Devontae Adams and former Lion Matthew Stafford and a running back from Notre Dame and a running back from Michigan who will be like, what cold weather? You know what I mean? Like, this is it. This is happening, Kyle, on Sunday night.
Rich, you'll remember that the Jerry Springer show used to originate from Chicago, and there was something called the Springer Bell, where when someone would throw a chair or say God knows what, they would ring that bell, and Steve Wilkos would try to hold them back. I'm head on a swivel after this game. Now, Bears win. What's Ben going to do? If the Rams win, is there not some that Sean McVay, who I think is the best coach in the NFL, number one, he's been looking at his guy, Matt LaFleur, get dissed? If it's Mikey LaFleur who's watching his actual brother get dissed, is there a drive-by? Is there a terse exchange? Is there a now what's up? Is there anything? Because McVay is wholesome and McVay is all class, and I love McVay.
By proxy, Josh Allen is your guy too.
Sure.
And it's kind of crazy. The fact that we're nationally saying best shot he's ever had at it because of who's not in the AFC. It's not Lamar, Burrow, and Mahomes left with him. It's Nix, May, and Stroud left with him. So that alone is going to give him that opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. But the Bills also, on paper, although, as you know, Kenny Mayne would always say the game's not played on paper, it's played inside TV sets. But on paper, Allen 100% has been an MVP of a team that is much better, has been much better, only to lose to Mahomes or Burrow this decade than the team he currently is taking into Denver right now. But they could make it. That's for sure. They could be in Santa Clara at the end of the day. Oh,
no doubt. No doubt. And I look right now, Josh Allen is the best player. He's the closest thing we have to Michael Jordan. And on his team, he's got Scottie Pippen, his James Cook. Scottie Pippen didn't really do squat against Jacksonville, so Jordan had to get 60. If Jordan scored 50 in that game, they would have lost. He had to get 60. And I would just encourage anybody who is really embracing the storyline that he doesn't have to go against Lamar and Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. Take a minute at work today. Go to the Bills depth chart and look at the wide receivers that he is starting a divisional round playoff game with and tell me that he has an easy path. The Bills lost Tyrell Shavers this week, and you would have thought Montana lost Rice. Tyrell Shavers is the practice squad guy. They lost Gabe Davis, who the league chewed out and spit back at them. He's going to Denver with Khalil Shakir, who is great. He is a B.J. Armstrong type. He's going with Keon Coleman, who you don't know week to week if the Bills even want to play him. And he's going with Brandon Cooks, who, God bless Brandon Cooks, Rich. He's on his 7th team. He joined the Bills in week 13. That's the war chest that he's going. The Eagles just got knocked out with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith et al. That's who Josh Allen, Michael Jordan's going to Denver with. Tell me he has an easy path.
So is he the Robert Ory without the trophies? Is that who Brandon Cooks is on your, you know what I mean?
I would think the Robert Ory, Big Shot Bob. And yes, he's right there, Rich.
PJ Tucker. Poll. He's the PJ Tucker of the situation here. Just to mix metaphors.
I see him as maybe like a Rod Strickland, the Blazers point guard, just effective, dashing. You put him any offense, it's there.
What's that stat? It was in the NFL Network packet here. I think it was the 4th team. Here, let me get this stat for you. I have it. I
love these.
Here it is.
Yeah.
First player in NFL history to have 50 or more scrimmage yards in a playoff game for 4 different franchises. Brandon Cooks for the Patriots, Rams, Cowboys, and now Bills. You know? So
I remember he was in the Patriots-Eagles Super Bowl that Nick Foles won. He got knocked out of the game. He was playing for Brady at the time. He's going to be the Josh Johnson of wide receivers. He's going to play on every team. And it's just like we just pass him around, and he's always good. But this is not ideal for winning a Super Bowl. He's your number 2 right now. It's nuts.
Before I let you go, give me the Steelers' next head coach. Boom. I just gave you the crystal ball. Crystal ball it, Kyle.
Man.
Next Steelers head coach. Tomlin hasn't been gone even 24 hours. It was right around this time we were beginning to hear rumblings that he was leaving.
All right, so this is the dating profile. You want someone who's young.
Okay.
You want someone who is like kind of the Tomlin square jaw, like the alpha personality. Which, due respect to Mike McDaniel, is not going to be him. And then you want probably someone defensive. I mean, I'm in love with Cignetti as much as everybody else is. So
come on.
It's like that's the kind of swing that I would love for Pittsburgh to take. Because the pressure, Rich. The Steelers cannot hire a coach and 2 years later say, our bad, let's get somebody else. No, this person needs to be working there in like 2045 to meet up their standard. So it has to be someone who just seems like the natural. And it's just, look at the picture. It's absolutely beautiful.
I mean, if you could find Cignetti in a 30-year-old body, right? Like that's what you're looking for. But this is a Pittsburgh guy who I think Steeler fans would go nuts for. Anybody would, I was mentioning him for the Raiders position potentially because obviously the Raiders can draft his current quarterback gunning for Miami in Mendoza. I don't know, but you're right. Like a young sort of the thing is, Tomlin, 19 years is leaving the Steelers as a 53-year-old man. So that's the sort of right. Didn't you say Cowher left as a 47-year-old guy, Chris?
Yeah,
that you said
he was 49.
49. Okay, like that's the way things go for the Steelers.
I think it was Schefter who was pointing it out that you can't go back and look at the social media reactions when Mike Tomlin was hired because there was no social media. So it would have to be everybody's MySpace posts or something like that. Doesn't even make sense. That's his legacy.
Okay, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we'll chat soon, brother. I'll see you in Santa Clara.
I'll see you this weekend.
You go? Oh, yeah, this week. Oh, that's right. You're coming out here.
I'll be there. Yeah, I'll see you.
You're part of game day morning this weekend.
I can't wait.
That's great. That's
Thanks,
right.
man.
By the way, I don't know if you saw the graphic from our I guess NFL media department, PR department.
Sure.
You and Kyle Van Noy are in the corner. So I guess it's just the Kyle corner. We should have a Kyle corner this weekend.
Great.
Yeah.